Go yard.
I got so much motherfucking design on right now.
Break it down, bring it back, make it clap. I got 3 old thoughts, new guap, where that thing, bitches on my line, and you know they come.
Hey, what's going on, boys? It's your boy Koku, come back at you with yet another Clash Royale video. Today, boys, we're showing off how I did last season. We all know I hit Ultimate Champion. I did release a video about that. But if we check my profile, scroll down just a wee bit, we can see the previous season I hit 1852. I was trying to break my personal best, but didn't have much time. I didn't break the 1886, but that's alright. I still finished number 1 in my clan, so I'll take that small W, I guess. And I'm just going to go over some replays, but this is the deck I was using. It's actually really fun. We got the Cannon Knight Musketeer, some solid like defensive cards here, and then we got the 4 spells, Royal Delivery, Earthquake, Log, and the Mirror, and then we got the Royal Hogs to take down towers. So it kind of works pretty well, though your only air defense is Muskie and Royal Delivery really. It does work, and it was, yeah, I guess it was just really fun to play. So if we check my battle log, we can scroll down a bit. We'll show off this match against E-Giant right here. This one was alright. Made a lot of mistakes, but it's understandable. It was pretty late. We're going up against this guy from Legend Familia. Yeah, it was pretty crazy match. We got the Knight down. He goes with the Golden Knight. We all know who wins in that match. Not really. Just because the boy's golden doesn't mean he's better, you know. But he does go with the NATO here after I place the Musketeer, get the ability of. It doesn't go on my tower, but it does get some solid damage on the Muskie and the Knight. So I go with Pigs on the left, he goes with Cannon, Skeletons, and Phoenix. And he counters like all of that up pretty well, perfectly, or completely perfectly actually. And then he goes Golden Knight here, so I was like, okay, my only real counter to that would be Pigs. I couldn't get a delivery down in time, but didn't work anyways. The Golden Knight dashes on my tower and deals about 2,000 damage, or half of the tower's HP. Luckily, my level 15 Hogs came in clutch and did end up dealing more damage. And here, he just got a bomber down. I'm up a bit of elixir. I get the log down, get some chip on his tower, and don't take any damage on mine. So that was pretty solid. We're even on elixir now. He goes with E-Giant as I go Muskie in the back. So I go with the Knight. I go with the Delivery. Trying to cycle back to my cannon as quickly as possible because I don't think there's any way I could have like defended that any better than that. But he does end up going with the Lightning. And here I could have gone with the Log, but I chose not to. Musketeer only got a couple shots on the tower because he did use Skeletons on them. So that was a bit unfortunate. We are down about 1,000 HP and he can just lightning my tower down. But I'm still confident I can make the comeback. His tower's pretty low and I feel like since I know his deck like completely now, I can crush him. So we go with the Pigs on the right. He goes with Bomber, Cannon. And because he used all his counters in the left lane, I go with some more Hogs on the right side. See how much damage they can deal, because I know I can counter up the Golden Knight Bomber with just a Knight and a Royal Delivery. So I do that. He NATOs and Phoenixes on my Pigs, but they still deal about 1,500 damage. So I'll take that all day long. We go with the Muskie for the Phoenix. Honestly not sure what I was thinking there, but I go with Hogs to tank anyways. Muskie goes for the Bomber, goes for the Egg, and the Pigs get, I think, 1 hit on the tower. And then I go with some more Pigs on the left side. Earthquake his cannon out. Golden Knight does dash on them. He puts Skellies inside of the Earthquake. They all go down, and his tower goes down as well. So that was pretty mint. I knew he had to lightning here, so I was gonna try stop it with some Pigs, but unfortunately they were a bit too late. I don't even know if they had enough HP, but I tried. They're going at his tower, dealing a bit of damage. Apparently I have an Earthquake in the top left. I don't know what was happening there. I believe this replay is just quite bugged, like a lot of them. But yeah, the Musketeer defended quite nicely. I believe had a cannon down and all that, but he resets with the Phoenix in the back. I go with the Knight in the back. He goes Golden Knight right on top of my Muskie. Bomber in the right lane, trying to defend my Pigs. I go with the Delivery here just so the Golden Knight doesn't dash on tower. Go with the muskie, go with the cannon once again, and defend that E-Giant pretty well. Bomber did cross the bridge now, so this is when I decide, okay, I can just go in with pigs. He doesn't have much elixir after the lightning. I went with pigs, went with mirror pigs. I have 8 pigs down. He goes with skeletons, NATO, bomber, doesn't have any more elixir, and they take him down. So, crisis averted. We got that fat comeback and absolutely destroyed, buddy. Alright, let's check out another replay over here. We'll show bait. We do kind of hard counter it, but still fun one to watch. Seeing bait players get crushed. I actually played the same dude twice within, like, I believe it was 10 games, and I beat him both times. So this time, he went with the Goblin Barrel. I just go with the log, counter that up pretty nicely. He goes with Goblins, I go with Knight, and take those down pretty easily as well. And here he has to counter my Knight, so that's a pretty solid elixir trade for me, I guess. We go with pigs 3 and 1 split with the Knight and 3 on the left. They do get a bit of chip on both sides, not too much, but like I'll take it, I guess. I go with the cannon here, and last time he threw a Goblin Barrel deep, I missed it, like in the last game. So this time I knew it was deep, and I got a fat delivery on it, clapped that stuff up, and now we are flawless so far. He goes with the princess in the back. I just go with a log on it as I hit 10 elixir. I know I can use my log because I have mirror log, and I have earthquake, and I have delivery. So Goblin Barrel shouldn't be a problem, even though he didn't have it in cycle. It was pretty safe for me to log that princess. He goes with a log and cannon on those pigs as I go earthquake and stuff on him. And here he just goes in real aggressive with the princess goblins. I just get a nice little delivery down. Knight's getting some damage on the right side. And he was down a decent amount of elixir there, which is why I got all that damage, which was perfect. I go with the cannon to counter that Mighty Miner. Cannon always counters Mighty Miner in that position. It's really good to know if you're playing against bait. You know, they don't have like hog or anything that you need your cannon for. It's a nice Mighty Miner counter. Here he goes with the Goblin Barrel once again. I log it out, and we are chilling like a villain. We reset here, get up a bit of elixir. I go with a Knight, kind of in the middle, predicting a princess. Forgot he didn't have it in cycle. So yeah, that kind of sucked. But here he goes with Goblins to counter the Knight. I go with Muskie and Hogs on the right. Take out that cannon and Earthquake down his princess, trying to get some damage on his tower. And we do get a couple nibbles at that tower, bring it down to 25-22. He goes with the Mighty Miner on my cannon, so I go, or on my Muskie, so I go cannon. Then I still have to log that princess. And then he goes aggressive with the Rocket Goblin Barrel here, so I just mirror log. And I'm like, okay, he went with Rocket, he's got to be down a decent amount of elixir. So I go in with the Hogs here, go in with the Earthquake. He goes Princess, Cannon, Ice Spirit, Log, fully counters all that. But I know I'm chilling because I do have a decent amount of elixir, and he's probably going to go Rocket again, thinking he won't get punished for it. I go with the Muskie on that Princess, and then here I just go with a Log, trying to hit some Goblins, but he actually goes with the Mighty Miner. And because he did just Rocket, I go with Pigs right into some Goblins, and I go Pigs on the left as well, and the Pigs actually push the Princess. The right side he's defending quite well with the Cannon, Goblins, Mighty Miner, and then the left side got some decent damage after he used a Log and stuff. I logged it back the right side, Knight on all the Goblins and the Princess, got some decent value with him. And here he goes with another Rocket, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to try the same push again, see what kind of damage they can do this time. He goes with Cannon, real low, misses half the Pigs, only lures one from the left. I can just Earthquake, hit some Goblins with the Earthquake as well, and I'm doing some mad damage over here, bringing his left tower down below 600 HP. So I know I can just Earthquake cycle him now. He's at 502. I BM him a little bit because he BM me in the last game. So, you know what? Karma, buddy. So Knight takes out that Princess, and Knight takes out the tower. But I believe the replay's bugged because I think my Earthquake just took it down. But yeah, still a win nonetheless. And yeah, that was a pretty solid game. In this replay, actually, I'll show it to you anyways. But it did show that I lost, even though I won. It was pretty weird. But yeah, we'll show it anyways. We'll just put it in 2x speed, so I can get to the last replay quicker. We went with the Musketeer in the back, he went with the Royal Ghost. So I went delivery on that Royal Ghost to counter that boy up. He goes with the log, get a bit of chip. And then here he goes E-Spirit Fisherman, counters up my Musketeer. I go with the Knight in the back. And then he goes with the Hunter in the back. So I go with Pigs on the left. He goes log Royal Ghost to counter those boys up. And he's looking pretty solid. I don't really have great counters for the Ghost. And I go Pigs, Mirror Pigs, as soon as he goes Royal Giant. So here I have to go with Delivery Cannon on the Royal Giant. Don't have much elixir, but barely get a Knight down in time for at least the Goblins. And my towers are pretty well tied, but I am up about 500 damage on the left. And then he goes Fisherman to counter that Knight. And here I just go with the log, take the damage from the Fisherman, and deal a bit of damage on my own. He goes with a Royal Ghost in the back as I go Musketeer in the back. I just kind of let it cancel out because I can't really do much about it anyway, so I mirror my Musketeer in the back, counter up his Hunter, but he does go with Lightning, so I have to go with Royal Delivery. And I go Pigs behind it. I go with the log for the Goblins, get a bit of damage in. He did have Royal Ghost and Goblins and Fisherman down. Here I go with the Mirror Knight trying to counter the Fisherman and the Ghost. Then he ends up going Royal Giant, so both Knights get pulled to the left. And here I go with Musketeer to snipe off the Hunter, works pretty well, but he does Lightning, goes with Goblins. So here I go with Hugs behind another Knight and try to deal some damage there. And then for some reason I went in the right lane, don't ask me why, I just did. It was a waste of elixir though. Royal Ghost does get some damage because I failed a delivery there. I go with the Knight on the Royal Ghost here, go with the Cannon. He does get a nice Lightning down. I log back the Royal Giant hoping to deal something to him, and then go with the Knight. And my tower is not actually a 7 HP. It's pretty weird how this replay works. I did Earthquake cycle him down. I believe I won with that Earthquake there, but it showed that he won with that E-Spirit. But as you can see, I did get the crown there. I did get the win plus 29. So yeah, I'll take it. Don't mind the replay bugs. And then we'll just show this last game I did. Last game of the season. It's against Salvo. He's playing some Golem Beatdown, and I'm just playing my regular Royal Pigs mirror stuff. Yes, deck. So I split Pigs in the middle, and he does NATO the right side, Barbaros the left side. So here I already knew it was going to be Beatdown or Graveyard, and honestly I don't like playing against Graveyard because I actually lose to it a lot because, you know, if they're playing like Splash Yard, they have like all the counters in the world to my Pigs, and sure I have Earthquake Log Delivery for their Graveyard, but Graveyard's still OP. It's just, you know, no skill. It just absolutely claps your tower even whenever you place like 6 spells on it, but that's alright. It's not Graveyard this time, it's just Golem. So I went with the Knight, Musketeer, little push there, take out his Dark Prince. I do have to log it back here as my Mirror Musketeer goes down the lane. He's got a Phoenix, and that's what the Mirror Musketeer here is for. Takes it down pretty easily. Takes down the egg as I go with Pigs, and he goes with Pump. Worst timing by him. I laugh at him. I give him the Earthquake because Pump just gets obliterated by Earthquake. And here we're only down like 1 elixir, and we're up about 3,000 HP. And he goes Golem in the back now, and here I'm like, oh okay. He's playing Golem. Should be a pretty easy dub. We'll see what happens. I was a bit worried that I wouldn't have enough elixir to defend this, but it ended up working in the end, as you can see. A little bit of a spoiler alert. I go with Knight, go with Cannon, go with Musketeer, as he goes E-Drag Lumberjack. There's the Musketeer, and then I mirrored my other Musketeer, and unfortunately did have NATO to pull those in. I wasn't actually thinking about that, but it worked out pretty well for him. I do go with the delivery on top of the E-Drag, and it goes down, and I took about 400 and 200 damage on my towers, and he is still down like 2,500 HP, so I would definitely take that trade. Not a bad trade whatsoever. I played single elixir very well, so that honestly saved me the game. Here he goes with the Dark Prince charging into his Golem, so his Golem's actually a bit faster. So I go with the Knight, go with Mirror Musketeers, go with the Cannon. I guess I didn't learn my lesson from last time with my Mirror Musketeers because he just NATOs them in once again. But they do clean up house pretty well. I go with the log, make sure the Phoenix doesn't respawn, take out the Dark Prince. And I don't think he dealt much damage at all, just a NATO maybe. And here's where he gets the most damage in the entire game. He gets a Lumberjack on my tower, gets a couple swings, and gets the rage damage. But yeah, game is pretty much over. I go with Pigs. He goes with Pump to defend the Pigs as well as Dark Prince. I mirror up my Earthquake, and Musketeer takes all that down. Log back the Phoenix Egg. Go with the Knight here. He goes with the Lumberjack. I go with the Cannon to counter all this up. Pretty easy defense there. And then this Earthquake actually wins me the game, even though this replay doesn't show it. Just to prove you guys I won this game, I'm going to put in ×4 speed and just kind of skip ahead. See, nothing, absolutely nothing happened after that, but the replays are bugged, so I did end up winning either way. So there's another 29 trophies and another solid win. So yeah, that's how the end of my season went down. We got about 1852, so not too shabby. We're going to try to beat that this season. Hopefully get to Ultimate Champion a little bit quicker, because we only did it like in the last 4 hours of the season last season. So yeah, we'll try get a bit higher than that, maybe aim for 2K this season. Yeah, anyways, that was a cool kid, that was a video, and that's a peace out and toodaloo.
Do.